My name's Tom Marten. I'm a federal district judge in the District of Kansas. My duty station is Wichita, but I sit in our other Kansas locations as well in Kansas City and Topeka. I've been on the bench for almost 22 years. Before that, I practiced law for nearly 20 years. And during that time, I tried 50 or 60 jury trials as a lawyer, and I can't even begin to tell you how many I've presided over as a judge. One of the things about jury trials that always struck me as being so different from any other kind of experience that we might have is where are you going to put together a group of anywhere from 6 to 12 people of varying backgrounds, occupations, educational training, to take a look at various legal issues, to discuss those issues and come to generally some determination as to what the facts in the case actually are. And if you consider, for example, that you may have an aerospace engineer, a garbage collector, a teacher, a physician, a nurse, maybe somebody who works in the legal profession, and any number of other occupations together sitting around a table, listening to facts that have been presented to them over a period of time, talking about those facts, you understand that everything is going to be looked at from every conceivable angle. Above, below, the sides, at every angle imaginable, and everything is going to be sifted through and examined and ultimately resolved through a consensus process. That is the thing to me that makes juries so important. I think a lot of us have been involved in a series of, for example, mock trials over the years. I've certainly talked with a lot of jurors afterwards, and invariably something comes out during the course of deliberations that none of the lawyers had thought about as being significant, but it may very well be a turning point in a case. Where else are you going to find that? Another huge benefit, and one of the things that I think is really central to jury duty, is that they provide precursors for developments in the law. Again, discussing cases with jurors, I know there's a lot of skepticism about whether they follow instructions or not. I can't tell you how many times jurors have said, we wanted to go this way, but the instructions said this or they said that, and we had to follow the instructions. We didn't want to, but that's what we did. And that signals that maybe there's something about the law that needs to be reviewed in a significant way. We hear about jury nullification. I think it's relatively rare, but when it does happen, it's one of those events that very frequently focuses the attention of lawmakers on the state of the law, and in some instances spurs some modifications to the law. Generally, they're improvements. A good friend of mine, Bill Young, who is a federal district judge in Massachusetts, talks about the fact that jurors are actually the fourth branch of government. Their role is established in the Constitution. It doesn't get any stronger than that in terms of legitimacy. I have been asked over and over and over again, if you had a complex case, would you really want a jury comprised of people from the community to hear that case, or would you want a bunch of experts? I'll tell you, I'll go with a jury every single time. And the reason I'll do it is because they bring something to the table that a group of experts don't, which is a breadth of perspective. And I think that creates a stronger foundation for any decision that a jury reaches than a panel of experts would. I think a very narrow focus that experts bring there is detrimental to the fairness generally, and to the legitimacy of the system ultimately. Uh, and that is just another of the reasons that I'm a strong believer in the importance of juries.